There we go. Now we're here. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Cool FM live broadcast of Cochise County Sports. Today we're in WILLCOX, Arizona, where the 4th-ranked WILLCOX Cowgirls take on the 16th-ranked Benson Bobcats, two postseason teams out of the 1A or 2A South region, going at it here in Cowboy/Cowgirl country. We are just about ready to start. Benson's going to be led off by Millie Kellogg, the shortstop. First pitch is going to be in the dirt, 1-0 the count. On the bump for the WILLCOX Cowgirls is going to be Alyssa Gonzalez. Trevor Ward heads up the WILLCOX Cowgirls. This one's going to be sent back to center field, and what a catch. At second base, that's going to be the first out of the inning and the ball game. So quickly, one away. Second pitch of the ball game produces an out, and that was Gabby Galaz at second base, I think. Harley St. Clair, thank you so much. Oh yeah, I read the wrong number. Harley St. Clair is Amy Taylor, one of our biggest supporters out in Benson, Arizona, is here. This one's going to be fouled off to the right side. 0-1 the count. Benson coming out very aggressive with the bats, trying to jump on Alyssa Gonzalez early. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm a very big fan of being aggressive at the plate, especially on that first pitch when you know it's going to be a fastball most of the time. This one's going to be inside, 1-1 the count. She flew out to second base, so it means fly out forward. Dude, I'm Niece Kiala here, so I'm going to be teaching her how to keep a scorebook. Third pitch home. That one's just going to miss. Looked like it might have been too tall. 2-1 the count. WILLCOX Cowgirls again ranked in the top 5, the only top 5 team out of Cochise County. Very surprisingly, this one's going to be into center field in the first hit of the game for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Single for Sierra Olson. That's going to bring up Karis Taylor for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Older sister Kaylee Taylor will be following. This one's going to be in the dirt away. Runner stays put. 1-0 the count. A little bit of a late introduction, folks. Apologize. The microphones weren't up, so we'll run down the lineups and the defense for both teams when we get a little bit of a break in the action. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. We broadcast our Cochise County Sports Live free of charge.
Hey, load early and straight to it. Let's go. Barrel it up.
Alyssa gets her pitch. That one's going to be inside. 2-1 now the count. Cochise County softball looking to be very, very potent this year as well. I do believe 3 teams in the top 10. And the Bisbee Pumas are going to be working up there as well. That one's a high fly ball to right field, and that ball is gone. We have our first home run of the game. Karis Taylor for the Benson Lady Bobcats gets them on the board. 2-0 early on against the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Touch them all, Karis. Touch them all. That's going to bring up Kaylee Taylor. Kaylee Taylor just got done playing in our All-Star Classic, as well as a couple of the WILLCOX Cowgirls, Gabby Galaz and Maddie Bennett. But it's Karis Taylor early on stealing the show for the Benson Lady Bobcats. 2-0 in WILLCOX, Arizona.
Ball in.
Oh, I didn't know the fence post was going to be so far in there. It's tough. It's tough, folks, but we'll get these streams down perfectly before too long. It's not that bad. They didn't block out that home run to right field. That's all I know. 2-0. So Alyssa Gonzalez on the bump is going to have to bounce back after that home run. And Kaylee Taylor's going to foul that one off to the left side. 0-1 the count.
Hey, you can't do it. Barrel it up right here.
Just keep watching the game, baby. Just keep watching the game, baby. Niece Kiala Knight from the Ponytail Softball League in Sierra Vista, Arizona, joining me today. Wanted to see some high-level softball. That one's going to think it caught. Umpire slower on me. 0-2 the count. And Gonzalez so far doing a great job bouncing back after that Karis Taylor home run. This one is going to be inside. 1-2 to Kaylee Taylor.
Go, Dolly.
Gonzalez gets the sign. Wearing the wristbands. Something that's been very new to me. That's going to be strike 3. A good bounce back at bat for Alyssa Gonzalez on the mound. Kaylee Taylor sat down on strikes. That's going to bring up Mandy Watson for the Benson Lady Bobcats hitting in the 5-hole. Great celebration from the WILLCOX Cowgirls. This one's going to be hit off the end of the bat right at the first baseman, and that's going to be the final out of the inning. Maddie Bennett just got done playing in our Cochise County Basketball All-Star game. Puts that one away, but damage done. Benson Lady Bobcats strike first at the top of the first inning. 2-0 off the back of a Karis Taylor home run. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. Don't hesitate to jump into the chat, folks. Let me know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. We've had some great action all across Cochise County for baseball and softball. Last night I was at Warren Ballpark where the Bisbee Pumas won both games of the doubleheader against the Morenci Wildcats, and the Lady Pumas softball team won as well. That same day in Sierra Vista, Arizona, the Buena Colts, the boys baseball team, took out the number 3 team, the Nogales Apaches, in the state of Arizona. So look for Buena not to be disrespected in the rankings anymore. And then the Buena Lady Colts got their second win of the season against those same Nogales Apaches. Great times to be had here in Cochise County. We've been saying it all year. This is all we've been waiting for. We've been saying it since football season. Just waiting for our spring season because that's what Cochise County does right. Of course, you have state champion Bisbee Pumas out of the 2A baseball. Then we have state semifinalists, the Benson Bobcats, state quarterfinalists, Tombstone and WILLCOX, all in baseball. We do have state semifinalists St. David for 1A, and I do believe those were I can't remember who made quarterfinals in softball as well. But either which way, spring season is what we do right in Cochise County, except for the weather. It's springtime everywhere else, but springtime in Cochise County means get out your winter clothes. 2-0, the WILLCOX Cowgirls coming up to the plate. They're going to be led off by their shortstop. Didn't get the first name. Sorry about that. Thompson. Sounds like it's Natalie Thompson. All you got to do is listen to the fans, and then you don't sound like an idiot. Natalie Thompson for the WILLCOX Cowgirls coming up. First pitch to her is going to be a little bit low, a little bit outside. 1-0 count. I need the umpire to be more emphatic with the strike and balls calls. On the bump for the Benson Bobcats is going to be Claire Park. And the pitch, that one's going to be in the dirt. 2-0 now the count. Good job from Natalie Thompson out of the leadoff hole coming up. What, baby? Leadoff hitter for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. That one's going to be across. Strike 1, 2-1 the count. Not the first softball game that we had scheduled this year, but it is the first one we were able to make it out to. Of course, being wintertime in Cochise County, illnesses happen. This one's going to be outside. 3-1 now the count to Natalie Thompson. Dave actually had St. David and Tombstone as our first softball broadcast, and then I was going to go to Douglas to broadcast Douglas beating Saurarita. That didn't happen. That's going to be ball 4, so a leadoff walk for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. And a great job there from Natalie Thompson jumping on base. That's going to bring up Maddie Bennett, the first baseman for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Maddie Bennett, not just a great softball player, but part of our All-Cochisian All-Star game for basketball in Benson, Arizona. Thank you so much to Benson. I know Amy Taylor's over there. She could probably hear me. Everyone, all the unsung heroes that make that happen, because they were well-versed in dealing with all problems that arose. That one's going to be in the dirt, 1-0 to Maddie Bennett. Runner on first, Natalie Thompson for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. They find themselves down 2-0 early on in this ball game. Runner's going to go to second. Throw down is not going to be in time. That's going to be a stolen base for Thompson.
Great pitch, Claire.
2-0 home to Maddie Bennett. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We already saw a home run. This is why I always try to get out to softball games, because you tend to see a little bit more home runs for the softball season. The girls just got a little bit more power than the boys do, but we don't hold it against them. Karis Taylor in the top of the first inning went yard for the Benson Bobcats. That one catches the outside corner, 2-1 to Maddie Bennett. Stolen base from Natalie Thompson puts her on second base. WILLCOX nobody out in the bottom of the first inning as they try to answer that 2-run top half of the first by the Benson Lady Bobcats. This one, good pitch right by her. 2-2 now the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Claire Park on the mound for the Benson Lady Bobcats. The pitch, this one's going to be a high fly ball. That's going to get foul. Go ahead, Ben. Still 2-2. Nobody going to be more thrilled to have my niece here than the kids that don't have to chase down the foul balls. The 2-2 is going to be in the dirt. Thompson thought about it, but goes back, so it's going to be a full count, 3-2. Nobody out in the bottom of the first inning.
Make a play right here, girls.
3-2. This was going to be chopped down the third base line, but just gets fouled. Maddie Bennett might have had an RBI if that one stayed just a little bit to the right side of that foul line. As it stands, still 3-2. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Second hitter for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. So again, the Benson Bobcats without Sadie Webb, their best hitter, according to everybody. That one's going to be ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and it looks like Natalie Thompson was able to go down there and steal third. So now runners at the corners for the Cowgirls and nobody out. And that is going to bring up Carly St. Clair. I think it's Carly. I hope it is. WILLCOX, I just went with coach's handwriting because they. Oh, no. It doesn't matter. First names. Carly St. Clair playing second base for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. And that's going to be a quick bases loaded situation for the Cowgirls without swinging a bat. So Claire Park got to settle in on the mound for the Benson Bobcats. 2-0, already danger. And that's going to bring up Layla Donahue for the Cowgirls, our player of the week this week. That one's going to be a little bit outside, 1-0 the count. So Donahue, if you haven't caught our show, Tuesdays live at noon, our sports show, we give out players of the week. And Dave Davies says Layla Donahue for the WILLCOX Cowgirls earned that recognition last week. Second pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. They're going to throw behind the runner and try to get an easy out. Not necessarily easy, but a cheap out, and that's not going to happen. Still 2-0. Still nobody out. Still the bottom of the first inning in WILLCOX, Arizona. That one's going to be over at the belt. 2-1 the count. Let's see if that settles Claire Park in just a little bit on the bump. Nothing going right in the bottom of the first inning after a 2-run home run from Karis Taylor in the top of the first for the Benson Lady Bobcats. The 2-1 home. Outside corner. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Park's got herself a situation to deal with, but if she gets a strikeout here, anything's possible. Double plays happen all the time. Thank you, Penny McWilliams, for tagging people to get in here. That one's going to be low and in the dirt. 3-2 the count. So count full. It's Layla Donahue, the player of the week for Clare Park. This could be some fireworks. The pitch. That one's going to miss. No fireworks, but an RBI for Layla Donahue, and that's going to be 4 consecutive walks for Clare Park on the bump for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Man, it's windy out here. You guys feel that? Of course you don't, because we broadcast baseball in Tombstone, Arizona last year, and we learned how to deal with wind. So still bases loaded. There's going to be a meeting on the mound for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Manager Forrest Watson still in the dugout. So this is just a players only meeting for the Benson Lady Bobcats, just trying to get Clare Park settled in. 2-1. Still bases loaded. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Do see Big Case Williams in the chat. Maybe he'll comment. You never know. Park gets the sign. Got to get out of this one. This one's going to be shot right back up the middle. That's going to be at least 1 run. WILLCOX sending the runner home. No, they're going to hold. That's a good hold because that was a rocket from Taylor in center field. Kaylee, not Karis. Getting that one in and holding it to a tie ball game, but still bases loaded. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. The WILLCOX Cowgirls, Alyssa Gonzalez, pitcher, helping her own cause, and that brings out a pinch runner. Alred, that name sounds familiar. Out there to pinch run for Alyssa Gonzalez. First hit of the ball game for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. First time they've had to swing the bat. This one's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. Abby Tingle up to the plate now for the Cowgirls. That last name sounds familiar. I don't know why I expected to see Abby and her to be as big as her older brother, Ed. I assume older brother. I wouldn't know. That one's going to be at the knees, strike 1. One ball, 1 strike for Clare Park. She's going to step off, let the wind subside a little bit. Doubt that's going to ever happen. Tie ball game, nobody out in the bottom of the first. The pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. 2-1 now the count. Trying to get her to swing at some off-speed stuff. So might want to start peppering that fastball. See if the Cowgirls can hit it. I mean, it's obviously the Cowgirls can't hit it, but right now, what are the other options? Tingle's going to step out of the batter's box. First softball broadcast on Cool FM Live this year. Wasn't the first scheduled one, but it's the first one we actually made it out to. For this distance away to get to as well. That one's going to be a high fastball. That's going to be missed. 3-1 now to Abby Tingle. Three balls and a strike. Park, the pitch. That's going to miss inside. Ball's going to get away. Everyone's going to advance either way. Now it's 3-2. Still nobody out for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. So it was danger early on for WILLCOX, as we do have another pinch runner. For the Cowgirls, Abby Tingle comes off and goes and gets her catcher's equipment on. Can't see the number down there, but that's 2 pinch runners on base now for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. 3 runs across. 3-0, nobody out. There's only been 1 hit in the ball game for the Benson Lady Bobcats, and now coaches are going to go out and join that meeting on the mound for Clare Park. It was 2-0 to start the game. Karis Taylor led us off with a big bang in the top half of the first inning. And since then, it's been all Cowgirls. I'm sure coach's instructions are, hey, make them put the ball in play. Trust your defense behind you. Now we'll bring up Gabby Galaz for the WILLCOX Cowgirls, also a part of our All-Cochise and All-Star game. Gabby had 10 rebounds in that All-Star game. This one's going to catch the outside corner, 0-1. Throw back down to third. Ball does get away. Good job backing up the play. Nothing happens. Just 0-1 after all that action. Maddie Bennett in that game, who just scored for the WILLCOX Cowgirls, 8 points, 9 rebounds. Kaylee Taylor, 19 points, 14 rebounds. All day player of the game. This one's going to be shot to shortstop. Can they come up with it? No, they can't. That's going to be one more run for the Cowgirls. And again, Kaylee Taylor with a good throw in, stopping everyone. But it's still now 4-2 WILLCOX Cowgirls. All that is advertised offensively. Gabby Galaz with the RBI single. I should probably put the RBIs in here, huh? That's what you have the scorebook for, Paul. Four to two. This is the 9-hole hitter, Emma McWilliams for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. She looks at that one at the knees. 0-1 the count. I didn't clear off the pitch count, so there you go. That was just Paul Stradamus on that one. I knew it was going to be a strike. This is the 8-hole. Thank you so much, Amy Taylor. That's going to be strike number 2 to McWilliams, as I do have to get my lineup card out and see who I missed for the Cowgirls. The 0-2 home. This one's going to be a high fly ball, but that's going to get foul off the right side. The 0-2 home. That's going to be a high fastball, and that's better for Park. First out of the inning for the Benson Bobcats. That's what I'm saying. Just get out there and throw some fastballs. Make them put it in play. A lot of the times we just get too into everything that we can throw. This one's going to be in the dirt to start. 1-0 the count. So this is a heck of a name, Vandermeer. That one's going to be outside. The throw back down to third. Nothing doing. 2-0 the count. That's going to be a high fly ball to right field. That one's not going to be played in right. That's going to be at least one run for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. The second run coming across as well. Runners at the corners for the Cowgirls, and now 6-2 in WILLCOX, Arizona. Those tense moments all gone at the top of the first inning. We come back up to Natalie Thompson and the top of the lineup for the Cowgirls. Here you go. Thompson squares around the bunt. That one's going to be pulled back and in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Runner does take second. Second and third now for the Cowgirls. Up 6-2. A 6-run bottom half of the first inning. This is going to be a high fly ball to left, and it looks like that one's going to get just foul. 1-1 the count home now. Janelle Vandermeulen is the one I was missing. Don't worry, folks. We'll get back to calling this game. What a stab at first base. Kayla's she's going to double him up. That was a double play. That's going to get the Benson Bobcats out of the inning. Karis Taylor, the home run for the Benson Bobcats in the top half of the first, and then out of nowhere in the bottom half of this first. Ends the inning with a double play, but the WILLCOX Cowgirls strike for 6 in the bottom half of that inning. That's going to take us to the top of the second. 6-2, Cowgirls on top of the Bobcats. That could be the momentum shift that Benson needs to get themselves back into this ball game. A lot of offense early on, 8 runs in the first inning. All right, now they got all the lineups in. We're good to go. A very hard hit ball to Karis Taylor for the Benson Bobcats, able to stab it at first and double them up. And folks, thank you again for joining me on Cool FM Live, where we broadcast our high school sports and all Cochise County sports live free of charge, thanks to our amazing sponsors. Of course, my personal sponsor, Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care all across Cochise, Santa Cruz, and soon to be Graham County, as Dave Davies is in the chat. 520-685-1035. Dave Davies is 62 after the first. My goodness, it's a lot of hitting. Well, we had a 2-run home run in the top half of the first by Karis Taylor, and then a lot of walks happened in the bottom half before Benson Bobcat pitcher Claire Park was able to settle down and start getting some outs. And Karis Taylor ended the inning with a nice double play. The shot was heard round the world. The guy, I thought that thing was going to be gone when I heard it crack off the bat, but right at the first baseman, a double play to end the inning. We go now into the top of the second inning. Benson Bobcats are going to be led off by pitcher Claire Park, followed by Dakota Abbott and Natalie Guzman. That's going to be strike one. Pitcher on pitcher matchup. WILLCOX Cowgirls in the bottom half of the first did bat around. Natalie Thompson then lined out into that double play. This one's going to be shot down the first base line and foul. 1-1 the count. Park trying to get her teammates back into this ball game with her offense. Couldn't locate her pitches early on. Walked 4 straight batters for the Benson Bobcats. Walked 5 in the inning before she was able to settle in and get the second and third outs. That one's going to be a strike 2, 1-2 the count. That's what it says on the scoreboard. I didn't see them say it. Thank you, Dave, for joining me. Go ahead and jump in the chat. Let me know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. That one misses the outside corner. 2-2 the count now. Alyssa Gonzalez on the mound for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Dave, Trevor Ward is going to be sending you the stats so you don't have to do all that research. That one's going to miss the outside as well. 3-2 now the count. Full count to Claire Park, who wants to send one over the right field wall. Wind is blowing heavy from left to right. It is blowing in, so home runs will be at a premium despite what Karis Taylor did in the first, and that's going to be the first out of the inning for the Benson Bobcats. A ground out to second base for Claire Park. Yes. Don't go anywhere else. Don't you have enough snacks? Second at bat, Dakota Abbott now for the Benson Lady Bobcats, third baseman.
Oh, Connor, you can, baby!
That one's going to be fouled right back at me. 0-1 the count to start us off. I don't even flinch anymore, although one baseball at Warren Ballpark did get through the fence and the net. They have double protection. It almost took out my co-broadcaster, Dave Davies. Strike 2. This one's 0-2. There's a couple people in WILLCOX that were like, darn it. The rest of WILLCOX were like, oh, no, not Dave. The love-hate relationship for my co-broadcaster. Alive and well in WILLCOX. That one's going to be low and inside, 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. WILLCOX up 6-2. Big first inning for both teams. This one's going to be shot into center field, and that looks like it's going to get down, and it's going to get to the wall. Making the turn and going all the way to second. It's going to be Abbott. It's going to be a close play. She is able to get in there with a stand-up double. So Benson Lady Bobcats trying to answer the 6-run bottom half of the first inning. And a one-out double for Dakota Abbott. For the Benson Bobcats, that's going to bring up Natalie Guzman now, designated hitter for the Lady Bobcats. Gonzalez set the pitch. This one's at the knees. It's going to be shot down to short. They got Abbott in a rundown, and they do tag out the lead runners for a base running error. It's going to be a fielder's choice now, 2 away in the top half of the second inning. Aubrey Garner, the 9-hole hitter for the Benson Bobcats, coming up now. Let's see what Garner can do here. Benson trying to get a run back. Oh, I thought Sadie wasn't playing today.
That's her right there. She's in the sub.
Okay, thank you so much. So it's going to be Sadie Webb. Do you have a position for her?
She'll probably go to center field.
Okay. So Sadie Webb.
They didn't tell me the sub.
Okay.
They told them, so that's not announced.
I doubt it. The one's going to get away. And the runner goes to second base now for the Benson Bobcats. Guzman on the pass ball. 1-1 the count. We do see, this is why we appreciate Amy Taylor from Benson, Arizona. Better during Little League baseball season. Always keeps us in line with who's up. So Sadie Webb now taking over. Coach Forrest said was their best bat. This one's going to be fouled away. 1-2 the count. See if she can't get anything done for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Another home run, and all of a sudden we got a ball game again.
Right here, too. Let's go.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That voice right there is Amy Taylor. This is going to be fouled right back at it. Still 1-2 the count. A lot of people joining us on Cool FM Live for an unscheduled, unsanctioned Cool FM broadcast. It's sanctioned. I sanctioned it today. An unscheduled Cool FM broadcast. Appreciate everyone coming in for our softball teams. And this one's going to be fouled away. So Webb, I think, just made the game. Fouling this one off. Still 1-2 home. Sadie Webb had to finish up some college courses. Was able to make the trip to WILLCOX, Arizona. Go ahead, baby. As long as you're there. But it's going to be high and away, 2-2 the count. Alyssa Gonzalez, ace pitcher for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Threw over 200 pitches last week, from what I hear. Head coach Trevor Ward let me know that one. And this changeup is going to get Sadie sat down. So no runs across for the Benson Bobcats. 1 hit in that inning. No errors. That's going to take us now to the bottom of the second inning. WILLCOX Cowgirls looking to build on this lead. And before we get over to this bottom of the second inning, folks, I'd like to thank Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, SSVEC, serving our community, especially serving our community Saturday in Benson, Arizona, as our all-star game almost didn't happen because of a power outage, because someone decided they didn't like power and tried to take out the whole generator. I don't know what it was. I think it was a pole, but somebody ran into a pole and lost power. So thank you to Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, because within 2 hours they had power restored to all of Benson, Arizona, and more importantly for us, the Benson High School Gymnasium. Thank you as well to MORSE Automotive Group. You can drive in today and experience the difference, because Cochise County, I always mess that up, because Cochise County is now backed by Morse, formerly Lawley Automotive. Thank you as well to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Your hometown realtors, proud to support this matchup between the WILLCOX Cowgirls and the Benson Lady Bobcats. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. We do see Kaylee Taylor does move over into left field for the Benson Lady Bobcats. And that does mean Sadie Webb will be the center fielder. Kaylee Taylor saved a few runs in that first inning with throws from center field. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. Don't forget to like this page, the Cool FM Live Sports page, and subscribe to the Cool FM Live YouTube page. Facebook, now in their infinite wisdom, has started to delete live broadcasts 30 days after they broadcast, so you can find all the archived games on Cool FM Live on the YouTube page. First pitch home, that's when you chop towards short. Should be an easy out, and it will be. Much better start to the inning this time for the Benson Lady Bobcats. That was Maddie Bennett for the WILLCOX Cowgirls, just grounded out. Oh, we're not going to concern ourselves with the inning, Paul. Just come on now. Quick 1 pitch, 1 out for Park on the bump. That one's going to be a ball low and inside. 1-0 the count. Carly St. Clair hit by a pitch in her last plate appearance. No official at bat.
Let's go, Make a play, girl.
Claire Park really starting off this inning much better than she did where she walked 4 straight in the first. That one's going to be outside, 2-0 the count. See if she can't settle back down. Did a good job in the last few hitters she's faced, getting quick outs. I'm sure after coaches went out and talked to her, they said pitch to contact and let your defense take care of everything. And since then, she's had a pretty good inning. That one's going to be high and outside, 3-0 now the count.
Hey, it has to be a strike right here, dude. Let's go.
I always say to watch our softball broadcast because the home runs, and we had one in the top of the first inning. That's right. When we started this game, Karis Taylor went over the right field wall. That one's going to be at the knees, 3-1 now. Park trying to settle back in.
Go, Claire. Put it on it right here. Let's go, dude.
3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the second inning. This one's going to be in the dirt, and that's going to be a walk now. Taking first base is going to be Carly St. Clair for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. 6 walks in 2 innings for Park on the mound. You know she wants to shore that up. Now coming up to the plate, Layla Donahue for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. If that name sounds familiar, it's because she was one of 2 players of the week from Dave Davies on our high school sports show Tuesdays at noon. Ball's going to get away, and that's going to be now a runner in scoring position for the WILLCOX Cowgirls, 1-0, home to Donahue. Good day out here for some softball, despite the wind. Thank goodness it's not night broadcast like they do in Bisbee, Arizona, so we don't have to worry about that sun going down and getting the frigid temperatures. This one's going to be shot to shortstop. Looks the runner back. Runner's going to go to third. That's going to be 1. Can they get the double play? No, they can't. Ball is going to get away. But runner will hold at third base, so an out for the Benson Bobcats. Could have been more trouble. St. Clair heads up base running, taking it down to third base. It's going to bring up pitcher Alyssa Gonzalez. Had our first hit in this ball game. Thank you, Dan the Man. Dan the Man, our graphics extraordinaire. I guess you just call him Cool FM Live's producer at this point. Getting us all squared away on YouTube so we can have better, clear streams when we have the graphics up. Good to hear on that one. We are set and ready to go. First pitch home on the inside corner. Will catch. The throw down to third is going to get away. And it looks like this could be a run. Taylor, the throw home. It's going to be a close play. The coming across is St. Clair, now 7-2. WILLCOX Cowgirls on top. Lots to unpack on that ball. 1-0 and a run home now. Layla Donahue now 1-0. Good job of base running from St. Clair. Got to second on a pass ball and on a grounder to shortstop. Turns out that was ball 4. See, it wasn't just me, it was the scoreboard operator that was messed up too. That was Gonzalez, rather. Alyssa Gonzalez. Donahue did just ground out to shortstop. That's going to bring up Abby Tingle for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. A walk in an RBI in her last plate appearance. First pitch home. That one's going to miss just low. Throw down to first. Nothing doing. Runner back safely. And 1-0 the count. 1 across in the bottom half of the second for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Much better job on the bump for the Benson Bobcats by Claire Park. Early on just did not look like she was warmed up and ready to go, but since then really started to settle in this ball game. That catches the outside corner. Ball does get away. That's going to be a runner on second for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. 1-1 the count. Scoring position in baseball. Not so much in softball, I've learned. But we call it scoring position either which way. 1 ball, 1 strike, Park. Trying to keep the damage at a very minimum. Ball's going to be in the dirt. Runner looks like wanted to take off her third, but she's going to be walked all the way back. Behind the plate, Sierra Olson for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Good job blocking that. can't see the number at the runner at second, but she is pinch running for Alyssa Gonzalez, who got on base. That one's going to be a swing and a miss, strike two. A big hack at that one from Abby Tingle. Shades of Big Ed Tingle. Two's full in the bottom of the second inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and it's the 2 inning. A 7-2 your score in WILLCOX, Arizona Park. The pitch, strike 3, and Benson gets out of the jam. One more run across for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. 7-2 your score. We go to the top of the 3rd inning here in Cowgirl Country in WILLCOX, Arizona. Coming up for the Benson Lady Bobcats in the top of the 3rd. I might have this wrong. Nope, that's right. It's going to be Miley Kellogg, Sierra Olson, and Karis Taylor coming up. Back, turning lineup over for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Oh, man, first time in a long time I've tried to keep that scorebook, and it is not helping me out here. But, folks, thank you again for joining me on Cool FM Live, where we broadcast our Cochise County Sports live free of charge, thanks to our amazing sponsors. Support the businesses that support your community. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. And trust me, I want to do this. I just love talking over sports. It's a passion now of mine. I didn't know it was a passion until I started doing it, but thank you to BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. Thank you as well to the Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. They have physical therapy departments in Hereford, Bisbee, and Douglas, providing the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Make an appointment with one of their doctors at physical therapy today at 520-432-6435. Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. For all of your landscaping needs, including pool cleaning services, they serve all of Cochise County. You can find them on Facebook or Google Grasshopper Landscaping. And that is going to be our last warm-up pitch down. We are ready to resume action in Cowgirl Country in WILLCOX, Arizona. Top of the lineup coming right back up for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Miley Kellogg jumps into the batter's box, again followed by Sierra Olson. And Karis Taylor, Olson 1 for 1 with a single. Karis Taylor 1 for 1 with a home run and 2 RBI. I always said RBIs. Now I'm saying RBI. I thought I'd never. First pitch going to be outside. 1-0 the count. Alyssa Gonzalez still on the bump for the WILLCOX Cowgirls at the top of the 3rd inning. Second pitch. This one's going to be fouled off the plate. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 now. First hitter in the top of the 3rd inning. Gonzalez might have lost control of the release point on that one. 2-1 now the count. As we do see Abby Tingle, catcher for the WILLCOX Cowgirls, come get that ball back. Windy, but also gorgeous day in Cowboy Country. I always try to make this trip to WILLCOX so I can go past Texas Canyon. That one's going to be a little bit low. 3-1 now the count. Good eye from Miley Kellogg. This one's going to be fouled away. 3-2 now the count. Good pitch. Good hack.
Watch for the change. It's coming. Watch for the change up. Get on it, dude.
I'm laughing at Amy Taylor. Trying to call out the WILLCOX pitches. Trying to influence the fastball. The pitch. This is going to be a high fly ball right back to Gonzalez at the pitcher's mound, and she can't make the catch. Ball does get away. They're going to tell her to go to second. Tingle's up with it, and Tingle does the smart thing and just holds on to that one. So a leadoff base runner for the WILLCOX Cowgirls after the air, or the Benson Lady Bobcats, rather. After the air, Miley Kellogg winds up at second base. That's going to bring up Sierra Olson, 1 for 1 for the Benson Lady Bobcats. What a walk-up song that is. Shout out Thunder Mountain Wrestling Organization, professional wrestling, Shane McMahon walk-up song there. Here comes the money. These kids surprise you. I heard Thuggish Ruggish Bone again. Olsen's going to send this one to right field. That's going to just get fouled. She had a lot of that one. Just a long, loud foul ball. 0-1 the count. I thank God that sun is so high in that sky right now, because without it, this would definitely be freezing temperatures in WILLCOX, Arizona. The 0-1 home. Oh, what a pitch. Great changeup. 0-2 now the count to Sierra Olson. Olson singled in her last plate appearance, came around and scored a run for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Gonzalez the pitch. Strike three, freezes her on the inside corner, and that's the first out of the inning. But here comes damage and danger. Karis Taylor, 1 for 1, 2 RBIs in this ball game via a home run to right field.
Hey, see it to your bat right here, dude.
1 out. The pitch. That one's going to be outside. 1-0. They're going to, looks like they're going to try to stay away from Karis Taylor. She pulled this one into the parking lot just past right field earlier. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. In the top of the third, wanted that one. Stays off, and that's going to be a strike. 1-1 the count. Everyone tag, everyone in the chat now. Karis Taylor is back to the plate.
Hey, settle right here, dude. Let's go. Barrel on
Looking to hit with power. This one's going to be away. 2-1 the count. Attaboy, Paul. It's been a long couple of weeks, but I would not take the week off.
Expect one right here, dude.
2 balls, 1 strike. That one's going to be away as well. 3-1. So staying away from Karis Taylor and that pop in that bat. The game plan for the Benson Bobcats, but older sister Kaylee Taylor on deck for the Lady Bobcats. So no respite for Alyssa Gonzalez on the mound. This one's going to be a high fly ball fouled right behind us. 3-2 now the count.
Watch my change, dude. Let's go, 1-3.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second base. Miley Kellogg for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Gonzalez set the pitch. Gets her with a changeup. That's going to be strike 3. And the second straight strikeout for Alyssa Gonzalez on the mound for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. You did. I heard you, Amy. I heard you. Kaylee Taylor now coming up to the plate. She is 0 for 1 with the strikeout. The 2 people,
You can, baby.
they got hits for the Benson Lady Bobcats in the first inning. Now sat down with strikes. And here comes Kaylee Taylor. Benson, nobody out, in danger of stranding that runner at second base as Kaylee Taylor swings through that pitch. 0-1 the count. Kaylee Taylor, MVP of our all-Cochise lady basketball team for the all-Dave team. 19 points, 14 rebounds right now, concentrating on trying to get this runner at second base across. That pitch going to miss outside. 1-1 the count.
Hey, barrel on it right here, dude. Nothing fancy.
That one's going to be on the outside corner. Strike 2 to Kaylee Taylor. 1-2 now the count. As well as Kaylee Taylor, corner infielders for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Maddie Bennett and Gabby Galaz were a part of that all-Cochise All-Star game, made their impact. Gabby Galaz, 10 rebounds, 8 points, 9 rebounds for Maddie Bennett. This is going to be shot right back up to the pitcher. Can they turn it over? Safe at first. Runners at the corners now. An infield single for Kaylee Taylor. That was going to be a tough play after Gonzalez, the pitcher, hit the ball. But they almost got it. Carly St. Clair at second base almost put that one away. Runners at the corners now for the WILLCOX Cowgirls, and Mandy Watson up to the plate now. She flew out to first base in her first plate appearance, 0 for 1. That one's going to be right across strike 1. They're going to throw this one down to third. And Kaylee Taylor is going to take second base. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the Lady Bobcats.
Go, Mandy. See it to your bat right here.
0-1. Gonzalez gets a pitch. The delivery. This one's going to be fouled off in a big way. Another long, loud foul ball. Changeup looked like it got the better of Watson on that one. Mandy Watson, second baseman for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Runners on second and third. Can she bring him across? That one just misses high. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in Cowgirl country in WILLCOX, Arizona. This one's going to be a high fly ball to left field. This one's going to get down in fair territory. That's going to be 1 run for the Bobcats. The throw home, that's going to be 2 runs. And on the pass ball, it looks like they want to try for 3. They will. Maddie Bennett over to Galaz. Ball's going to be finally corralled by Galaz and the WILLCOX Cowgirls, but she does it. A 2 RBI double for Manny Watson. And the Benson Lady Bobcats back in business in WILLCOX, Arizona. This is why we came here, folks. We knew this one was going to be a game. 7-4. Now your score. Thank you to Jody Brock Olivares tagging people into this broadcast. It's kind of the spur of the moment thing. I did see is this one's going to be fouled away. 0-1 the count. I did notice that we didn't have a lot of baseball broadcasts, so I decided to make the softball broadcast today. What should have been our 3rd scheduled broadcast, but you know, Cochise County, springtime means winter, and that's when all the sicknesses happen. Clara Park now up for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Officially 0 for 1 in this ball game. That one's going to be high and outside. 1-1 the count. Benson trying to come back into this game. WILLCOX Cowgirls ranked number 4 in the state of Arizona. Benson 18, which was 16, I think, this morning. We'll have to wait and see. This one's going to be shot back to second base. What a play up and over St. Clair. Sticks with it, but 2 runs across for the Benson Lady Bobcats. They cut into a 7-2 lead. Now 7-4 as we go into the bottom half of the 3rd inning in Cowgirl Country in WILLCOX, Arizona. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. We broadcast our high school and Cochise County sports live free of charge thanks to our amazing sponsors. I'll read off a couple of those for you right now so you know exactly who to support to keep watching your kids play sports. First, thank you to Ginger's Titles of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Look for the iconic pink door. They're now open 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Thank you to Allo Fiber, your new home team internet, TV, and phone provider. Visit allofiber.com to learn more about the fiber difference and to become a fiber fan, now available in Sierra Vista. Thank you to Rightway. Rightway is now serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County, providing heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. We'll be working hard to earn your trust the right way. And we are happy to support this broadcast between the Benson Bobcats and the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Thank you to SOSI. That's SOSI. Every play, every pass, every goal, every run this season, we're with you every step of the way. At SOSI, we believe in rising to the occasion, and when the pressure's on, we say challenge accepted. Join us in backing the Cowgirls and Bobcats today because together we are unstoppable. Learn more at SOSI.com. And finally, thank you to the American Southwest Credit Union. Today's game is sponsored by ASCU. If you live, work, or worship here, you may be eligible to join. Experience better rates and personalized service at ascu.org. Join the credit union that supports your community, federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender. What a windy day it is in WILLCOX, Arizona, but thanks to our streams in Tombstone, Arizona last year, we figured out how to deal with the wind. We don't have that coming across the broadcast anymore. Getting now to the bottom of the 3rd inning, WILLCOX Cowgirls come up to the plate. They're going to be led off by Gabby Galaz, all Cochise basketball player, Emma McWilliams, and then Janelle Vandermeulen nailed it this time. First pitch is going to be a ball, 1-0 the count. Clara Park still on the bump for the Benson Lady Bobcats. It was a tough first inning for her, but she has since settled in a very good way. This one's going to be fouled off right back at us, 1-1 the count. Tag everyone in here that you know in Benson, Arizona or WILLCOX, Arizona for this ball game. Battle of the postseason contenders. WILLCOX, Arizona Cowgirls firmly out of playing game range, and that's exactly where the Benson Lady Bobcats sit. This one from Galaz is going to be shot down to shortstop, and that's going to be an infield single, a tough play to make. Can't make it. That's going to be a base runner now for the Cowgirls to start off the bottom of the 1st inning. The ball's going to get away, and Galaz is going to come all the way to second base. Ball almost got away again, but good job backing up the play. That's going to be an infield single. Air advancing the runner to second base. That's going to bring up Emma McWilliams now for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. That's now 2 for 2 for Galaz. 2 singles in this ball game. McWilliams 0 for 1 with the strikeout. The first strikeout victim from Clare Park. This one's going to be high, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 home. Pulls the bump back, and that's a good decision. 2-0 now the count. Park trying to influence a pop-up with the high location on that one. But McWilliams was able to pull the back in time. 2 balls, no strikes. Park, the pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt now, 3-0. Good block behind the plate. Galaz is able, or has to stay at second. I should say 3-0 now, home to McWilliams. Sierra Olson behind the plate for the Benson Lady Bobcats, stopping that one. 3-0 the count, nobody away in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Park throws that one across at the knees, strike 1. Much better on the release point there from Clare Park. The 3-1 home now from Park. That one's going to miss in the dirt, so the runner takes first base via a walk. Cowgirls with nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd inning, back in business to try to score more runs. They had 6 in the first and 1 in the second. And Janelle Vandermeulen nailed it again. Let's go, Paul. Back up to the plate for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. First pitch is going to be a strike. 0-1 the count. Seven to 4 your score line here in WILLCOX, Arizona, home of the Cowgirls.
Let's go, girls. Know what we're doing.
Clare Park on the bump, and a little bit of trouble for the Benson Lady Bobcats trying to pitch herself out of it. That one's going to be a little bit low, 1-1 the count. Got some good pitches on there, just having trouble getting them across the plate and high enough. A lot of misses in the dirt for Clare Park. And obviously with 2 runners on, trying to influence a ground ball to get a double play turn in any way possible. This pitch is going to be squared up right back to Park. He tries to barehand it, can't get it done. And that's going to be another infield single for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Bases loaded. Nobody away in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Good piece of hitting from Vandermeulen. That's the second time she's reached. It's officially 0 for 1, though. She did reach via an error on the right fielder last time up. Now base is fully loaded for Natalie Thompson for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. 0 for 1 in this ball game. She did walk, steal a base, and score in her first at-bat. That one's going to be too high. The throw down to 3rd. Not going to get him. Just a very emphatic ball after everything's settled and done. I do have Mama Thompson right next to me, so when you hear the screams coming out, you know who that is. 1 ball, no strikes. Leadoff hitter for the WILLCOX Cowgirls, Natalie Thompson. Slaps this one towards the left side, doesn't stay fair, just gets foul. Unfortunate foul. If you're a Cowgirl fan, 1-1 now the count.
Good play.
Maddie Bennett, a Cochise all-star basketball player for the WILLCOX Cowgirls up next. She's officially 0 for 1 as well, followed by Carly St. Clair. Nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No runs across just yet for WILLCOX, but they have the bases loaded, and nobody's out. The 1-1. That one across, 1-2 the count. The throw down to 3rd. Galaz on 3rd for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. McWilliams on 2nd, and Vandermeulen on 1st. Speed on first base for the Cowgirls. The 1-2 home now. That one just misses the outside corner. 2-2 the count.
Ain't nothing hurt right there. It's all right.
Gorgeous, albeit windy day in WILLCOX, Arizona. Springtime in Cochise County means everyone bring out your winter clothes. Get your coats out. 2-2 the count. This one's going to be low and outside. Full count now, 3-2. Good job fighting at the plate from Natalie Thompson. We do have a comment in the chat. This one's going to be slapped right back up the middle. They're going to try to come home and stop the runner. Save! Galaz is able to get in there. Nobody out. That's going to be 8-4 for the Cowgirls. I do apologize if Wilcox is 1L in my... I could probably change that. That's too much. I'll change it after the game. Don't worry, Carl Hedston. Sometimes autocorrect comes in. It still does no idea that Wilcox, Arizona is a real place on my phone. Rachel Abayat in the chat says, great hit, Janelle. Absolutely. Now with nobody out, it's 8-4. Wilcox still bases loaded, and Maddie Bennett to the plate. Forrest Watson, head coach for the Benson Bobcats, coming out to talk to the umpire. I think he's concerned about that last play. It was a bang-bang play. We got it on Cool FM Live. I do always say tie goes – I don't say it. That's just the rule. Tie goes to the runner, and it looked like that might have been a tie. But that's either way going to be 8-4. Wilcox on top. REI single from Natalie Thompson. This one's going to be low. 1-0 the count. And Claire Park on the bump. More trouble, just like she was in the first inning. Bases loaded and nobody out situation. That's when the Wilcox Cowgirls got 6 runs across before Benson was able to stabilize. That's going to be strike one. We have another comment in the chat. Monica Beck says, awesome. Way to go, Janelle. First softball broadcast this year in Cochise County.
Go, ladies, make a play, dude.
1-1. This one's going to be in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Of course, high school sports, very, very strict budgets. Budgetary restrictions. Can't get out to do all the games you want. If it was up to me, I would be doing every single Cochise County sporting event of all time. Maybe not track and not wrestling. I don't like to do things I don't know anything about. This one's going to be shot back to right field. That's going to be at least one run for the Wilcox Cowgirls. Second run is coming across. Runner's going to go to third. Runner's now at the corners after a 2 RBI single by Maddie Bennett. And it doesn't get any easier. Carly St. Clair up now to the plate for the Wilcox Cowgirls. She's no official at bats in this ball game, as she's been hit by a pitch and reached on a base on balls. Bottom of the third inning now, 10-4. Cowgirls on top of the Lady Bobcats. This is in a little bit of danger of getting out of hand. Benson's offense will not let that happen, but they got to get something going on defense. The fake throw down. They're going to get a runner in the pickle. And it looks like, can they get back in time? No, the tag is on, and that's going to be the second out of the inning, or first out of the inning, I should say, for the Benson Bobcats. So base running Aaron, a great job behind the plate. One more time by Sierra Olson, recognizing the runner coming off a little bit too far, not getting back in time. So that's going to be one away. Runner on second now, as Maddie Bennett, amidst all the confusion, gets down to second base. Carly St. Clair. That's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out in the bottom of the third inning now. Runner on second. Thank you. I thought so too. This is going to be a high fly ball, so it's going to be 0-2.
Let it go.
Shout out again to Amy Taylor, who was also paying attention to that one. Scoreboard operator was not, right?
Yeah. 2 strikes now.
You know, it's around Cochise County, we never trust the scoreboard operator. So many times I'm like, I don't think that's the case.
Hey, if it's me, you better forget.
There you go. The 0-2 home. This one's going to be at the knees now. 2-1. I mean, 1-2 now.
Put it there,
Jeez
let's
Louise.
go.
We just had this conversation. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scoreboard in the back does read 2-1. But I trust Amy Taylor. No hits. No official at bats for Carly St. Clair. And this one's going to change as she sends that one into center field. Webb up with it. This one's going to be thrown down. The ball does get away, which does allow the runner to go to second base. Now runners again at second and third for the Wilcox Cowgirls, as this third inning is proving to be a huge one for them. Great piece of hitting from Carly St. Clair. That's going to be a single advanced on throw, and that brings up Layla Donahue, 0 for 1 in this game. Layla Donahue, Cochise County, one half of Cochise County Softball Players of the Week, according to Dave Davies. Looking to make that 2 straight weeks. The pitch, too tall, 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Benson got 2 runs in the top half of the third, and now Wilcox looking to answer with even more runs. This one's going to be chopped foul. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out now in the bottom half of the third inning for the Cowgirls. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. Don't forget to like the Facebook page, the Cool FM Live Sports page, and subscribe to the Cool FM Live YouTube page, where we will be simulcasting our games of the week and other select games that our equipment allows us to. This one's going to be in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-1 now to Donahue. The wind is blowing very aggressively in our face, so it's going to take a Herculean effort like we saw from Karis Taylor in the first inning to get a ball over the fence. If you're a right-handed hitter, you have oppo power. The wind won't affect that ball as much as the breeze straight in from left field. That one's going to be over. 2-2 now the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Claire Park. Looking back at the umpire, I don't know what she was upset about. Something. Smell that. This one's going to be slapped, and that gets down. It's a fair ball. That's going to be at least 1 run for the Cowgirls, and they're going to come home with another 2 runs. It's going to be a 2 RBI double for Cochise County's Player of the Week last week. And Cowgirls still in business with a runner on second base, Layla Donahue. 12-4 now, Wilcox. Almost with a 10-run lead. Unfortunately, Clara Park has to figure it out on the bump. Alyssa Gonzalez now at the plate for the Wilcox Cowgirls. Pitcher on pitcher matchup. That one's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1.
Softball a lot. It was always 20 after 2.
Yeah.
They'd always ended after 2 innings.
Yeah. No, I think that we will do like it's 4.5.
Oh, this one's going to be shot back, but Webb's right there. That could be a double play. She throws it down. They say safe. They say the throw pulled her off the bag. I just have to disagree with that one. I thought that was another double play to get the Lady Bobcats out of the inning, but as it stands, just a loud out to Sadie Webb in center field for the Wilcox Cowgirls, hitting it to the Benson Bobcats. There you go, Paul. That's going to bring up Abby Tingle, catcher for the Wilcox Cowgirls, officially 0 for 1 with a walk. And that defense looks to have settled down. Claire Park on the mound. It's a lively fastball on that first pitch.
In your glove, girls!
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. This one's going to be slapped back up, and there you go. Claire Park's going to get the Benson Lady Bobcats out of the inning. More runs across. Another big inning for the Wilcox Cowgirls. 5 runs across. We go now into the top of the 4th inning. 12-4. Wilcox Cowgirls on top of the Bobcats. It's not over yet. We know the Bobcats do have a very good offense, but they're going to need to lay into it and erase an 8-run deficit in Wilcox, Arizona. Home of the Cowgirls. For the Wilcox Cowgirls, Dakota Abbott, 1 for 1 in the ball game with a double, is going to lead us off, followed by Natalie Guzman, and then Aubrey Garner. Oh, Sadie Webb, actually. That's right. No, I was right. I'm going to get that right before Amy Taylor corrects me. So it's Sadie Webb. There we go. Let's just go ahead and throw an arrow right up there. That way we know. But, folks, my confusion all the time in our Cochise County Sports Show is only possible thanks to our amazing sponsors. First, Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care all across Cochise, Santa Cruz, and Graham County. Yes, I say all across Cochise. Benson, Arizona, actually our largest territory per capita. If Sierra Vista wasn't the most populous city in Cochise County, Benson would definitely be our biggest territory. We come all the way out to Wilcox in San Simone. Shout out Kathy, one of our clients in Wilcox, Arizona. If she's watching, probably not. Thank you as well to Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, SSVEC, serving our community. I'll tell you what, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative earned a place in our hearts after they were able to get power restored in Benson, Arizona Saturday within 2 hours so we could have our all Cochise and All-Star games. And we only played it for a couple months, you know. Can you imagine the panic attack that Dave Davies and I had when we had no power in the gym when we got there at 1:30? Well, Dave was there at 1:30. I was there at 1:45. 12-4 your score. Benson trying to answer back. Benson 4 runs in this ball game. Their offense is nothing to scoff at. Dakota Abbott, a double in her first plate appearance, is going to shoot this one to first base, but it's just going to get foul and 1 the count. Natalie Guzman for the Benson Lady Bobcats follows, and then, of course, we have Sadie Webb. It's Natalia? Natalia, just like GoldenEye 007. That one's going to be a strike. 1-1, 0-2 now the count.
Hey, you just got to see it, dude. Just
Natalia Guzman.
Yeah,
This is why we have Amy Taylor next to us, folks. All things Benson, she knows that does. Catch, strike 3. That was right on the outside corner, right at the knees in the first out of the inning for the WILLCOX Cowgirls is the first hitter, Dakota Abbott.
Let's go.
Natalia Guzman now up for the Benson Lady Bobcats, and since I'm saying her name right for the first time today, she's about to park it.
Go, Natalia.
Just like her pitcher on the bump, Claire Park. First pitch, this one's going to be a high fly ball into center field. That's going to be trouble tailing away from the center fielder, and that will get down for a 1-out single for Natalia Guzman and the Lady Bobcats in business. Here comes Sadie Webb now. Sadie Webb just made the game. That's why she's in the 9-hole, but make no mistake about it. Everyone in Benson, Arizona says Sadie is the best hitter for the Benson Lady Bobcats. She's going to send this one to the left center field gap. That's going to get... No, it's not going to get down. What a play in left field. Good heads-up base running from Natalia Guzman to get back. But Janelle Vandermeulen one more time making her name heard. There's no way that I thought that thing was going to be caught off the bat of Sadie Webb, and what a great play there by Janelle. That's going to turn the lineup right back over now for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Millie Kellogg looks at that one outside, 1-0 the count. What a game Vandermeulen's having. The 1-0. This one's going to be on the inside. 2-0 now to Kellogg. Did anyone ever watch those History Channel shows? I saw the one about the foods that make us or shaped us or something. Kellogg against Post. This one's going to be a high fly ball. This could be out of the inning. It's going to be tricky for the Cowgirls. They can't defend it. So Millie Kellogg is able to get to first base via an infield single. Now runners at first and second for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Now officially 1 for 3 Millie Kellogg. She's reached every time. Just 2 times via an error. Sierra Olson, catcher, 1 for 2 in this ball game for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Struck out in her last time. Up looking as well. So Alyssa Gonzalez on the bump for the WILLCOX Cowgirls has some work to do. Throws this one over, and that's going to be a hot shot back up the middle. That's going to be bases loaded for the Benson Lady Bobcats, and the person that can clear them all coming up to the plate for Benson, Karis Taylor. Attaboy, Paul. Your struggles with the English language are epic. It's easier to keep a scorebook when you don't have to keep the scoreboard as well. Top of the 4th inning, 2 outs. Alyssa Gonzalez in trouble. Karis Taylor has already homered in this ballgame. First pitch is going to be too tall, 1-0 the count. Noticeably working Karis Taylor away again after that pull shot to right field. Almost took out that big white truck you could see. Parked right behind right field. This one's going to be away, and Natalia stays at third base. No runners advanced. Still runners bases loaded. 2-0 now. 12-4 the score line. That could all be not erased, but battled into with one swing of the bat from Karis Taylor.
Let's see it, babe. You can.
That one's across, and she was taking the whole way. 2-1 the count. I would love to see Karis Taylor just rip at that one, but aggression also got me into trouble as well as a hitter. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Barrel on it.
The pitch from Gonzalez. She's going to rip this one into the center field, and that's going to be at least one run home for the Benson Lady Bobcats. The throw comes in, and it's going to be cut off, so that's now going to be a 2 RBI single for Karis Taylor, her 3rd and 4th RBIs of the ball game. 12-6 now your score line is Kaylee Taylor now up to the plate for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Karis Taylor hit that one hard. She is on it today. That's now going to be officially 2 for 3 for Karis. 4 RBI in this ball game.
Let's go, Kaylee.
If you're watching, Dave, we might have our player of the week. We got to pull out the win. we also take records into account as well. This one's going to be way outside. 1-0 the count now to start Kaylee.
Ain't nothing fancy. Just barrel on it right here, dude. Load early. Through the ball.
That one's going to be a strike. 1-1 the count.
Hey, you can, dude. You can.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 4th inning. Kaylee Taylor trying to keep this big inning going for the Benson Bobcats. That one's going to be too tall. 2-1, just losing the control and change up. Alyssa Gonzalez did hear from head coach Trevor Ward that she did throw 200-plus pitches last week, so that arm might be a little bit fatigued, something to pay attention to. I'm not saying it is. She's pitched a pretty good game so far. There's going to be a high fly ball. This could get the Cowgirls out of the inning, and it will. More damage done from the Benson Lady Bobcats as they try to work their way back into this one. Another 2 runs across. 3 of the 4 innings they've played, they've gotten 2 runs. Unfortunately, 3 of the 3 innings the Cowgirls have played, they've gotten 12 runs. But going into the bottom of the 4th now, it's 12-6 Cowgirls on top of the Bobcats. Coming up now for the WILLCOX Cowgirls in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and they're going to be led off by Gabby Galaz. Why did I put Gonzalez? I know that's good. I've been calling it right the whole time, so thank goodness for me. Gabby Galaz, Emma McWilliams, and Janelle Vandermeulen. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live, where we broadcast our Cochise County sports live free of charge. Thanks to our amazing sponsors, one of those sponsors being the MORSE Automotive Group. You can drive in today and experience the difference for yourself because Cochise County is now backed by MORSE. Thank you as well to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, your hometown realtors, proud to support our broadcast all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. Thank you as well to BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963.
Don't go over there.
Gabe, I need to know where you're at.
I can. You want me to put my phone on me? My mom put my phone number on me. Hi, Mama. Hi.
12-6, your score line is resume action, and you might have heard that I got my niece in order. This is going to be a high fly ball, what we call a major league pop-up on the infield, and that one's going to fall. Leadoff hitter for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Oh, that's the wrong team. That's why I couldn't find it. Leadoff hitter Gabby Galaz for the WILLCOX Cowgirls with the. We'll have to make that one an error. There's just no way we can't give an error on that one. But that's going to be a base runner for the Cowgirls. Nobody out. And that's going to bring up Emmett McWilliams now. 0 for 1 officially. A strikeout and a walk in this ball game. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Galaz is able to get right back. 1-0 the count. The pitch. This one is going to be a bunt attempt, and that's going to be missed. 1-1 now. The count home. 12-6. Your score line in the bottom of the 4th inning in WILLCOX, Arizona. 2 potent offenses going at it. That's why we're out here. The pitch. This one's going to be too tall. 2-1 the count. Clara Park on the bump for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Still out there.
Go, dude, you can, 6.
The 2-1 home now to McWilliams. This one's going to be shot right back to Park. Does she try the double play? No. She takes the sure out at first. The runner does advance. Galaz at second base. 1 away for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Well, for the WILLCOX Cowgirls, that's going to bring up Janelle Vandermeulen again. Vandermeulen has her day
Claire, 1 time.
in the batter's box and on the field.
Let's go, girls. Give up, girls.
Park the pitch. This one's going to be shot into right field, and I'll tell you, Vandermeulen out of the 9-hole is just having herself a ball game now. Runners at first and third, 1 away. 2 for 3 now for Vandermeulen. 2 singles, hard hit singles as well for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Going back to the top of the order now, Natalie Thompson for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. 1 for 3 in this ball game, 1 for 2 rather. A walk, a stolen base, and a single. Runners at the corners, an RBI opportunity for Thompson. The pitch, she's going to pull the bunt bat, and that's going to catch the inside corner. The throw down to second. Do they get her? No, she's safe, and the runner comes through. Galaz on the throw, so now another runner in scoring position and another runner across for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Pitch was a strike. Runner now at second, 13-6. Thompson still at the plate for the Cowgirls.
Make the throw and go out of third.
The 0-1 home. This one's going to be in the dirt. 1-1 now, the count to Thompson. Lineup did turn over for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. This is their leadoff hitter. She'll be followed by Maddie Bennett, barring a double play. Maddie Bennett also 1 for 2 in this ball game. The bunt's going to be shot down and just couldn't keep it square enough. 1-2 the count. It sounded like she hit it exactly where she wanted to. Bat just trailed a little bit more than she thought. That bunt in softball, it's actually bunting for hits. A little bit different. The bases are shorter, so bunts do lead to infield singles all the time. In my experience, anyway. 1-2 the count. This one's going to be a high fly ball to center field. Webb is on it. Sadie Wave able to put that one away. That's going to be 2 outs now in the bottom half of the 4th inning for the Benson Bobcats. That's going to bring up Maddie Bennett now.
Maddie, 1 time.
Still 13-6.
Millie, 1 time.
How poetic would it be? 6 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 5 in the third, 1 in the fourth. The pitch, this one's going to be on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Clara Park really loving these even innings, the 2 in the second and the fourth. It's the odd innings that are giving her trouble. This one's going to be shot right back up to second, can't make the play. That's going to be a decision. They're going to send the runner home, and a good no. A lot to unpack on that one. Trying to advance to second. Maddie Bennett's going to be thrown out, but the runner does come across. 14-6, Cowgirls on top, but the inning is over after some interesting base running decisions for the Cowgirls. So now going into the top of the 5th inning in WILLCOX, Arizona, 14-6, your score line. Benson Lady Bobcats have a lifeline. Can they get some more runs across? They just got to stay the course. It's not over yet. They have 3 innings. They keep getting a couple runs per inning, and they're right back into this one. They got to get them out on defense as well. Still, WILLCOX Cowgirls have no inning where they've been shut out. 6 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 5 in the third, 2 in the fourth. And that's where we stand, 14-6. I didn't do anything to Alyssa Gonzalez. She threw that one right at me. Right at the crown jewels as well. Now leading us off in the top half of the 5th inning for the Benson Bobcats going to be Maddie
Watson.
Oh, I thought I just wrote it wrong again. I wrote everything wrong. Mandy Watson, Clear Park, and Dakota Abbott for the Benson Lady Bobcats going to be the 3 up to bat. A lot of concurrent viewers for our first softball stream of the season. What we love to see here, folks. Let me know in the chat who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. Let's get active now. Get behind these girls. Let them know they support. They trust me. They all come back and watch the games afterwards. Parents, everyone, let them know that you are supporting. This one's going to be high and outside. 1-0 the count to leadoff hitter, Mandy Watson. Mandy is 1 for 2 in this ball game. Had a 2 RBI double in her last plate appearance. Gonzalez on the bump for the Cowgirls. 1-0. This one's going to be shot foul. 1-1. And, ooh, almost took out a bus window.
Can I go get it?
1 ball, 1 strike now.
I see it sooner from her hip right here, dude.
Gonzalez gets her sign from her armband. The pitch. That one just misses outside. 2-1 now. Gonzalez gets the sign. Watson waiting in the batter's box. This one's going to be fouled off. Strike 2. It looked like it was a good pitch to hit, but just got it off the hands. You could hear that one. Despite being an aluminum bat, that still does hurt.
Hey, sit on it right here. Let's go, dude.
We do have another comment in the chat. Rachel Abayet in the chat says, "Let's go, WILLCOX," with a bunch of exclamation points. I didn't do that. I didn't do that many justice with that one. That's going to be a strike 3. Speaking of let's go, WILLCOX, first out of the inning for the Bobcats. Gonzalez blows that one right by her. Let's take a look. How many strikeouts is that now for Gonzalez? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strikeouts for Alyssa Gonzalez on the bump. Quietly having a pretty good game. The pitcher for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. That brings up Clara Park. She's grounded out to second base in her 2 plate appearances. 0 for 2 officially. The pitch from Gonzalez. This is a high fly ball to right field. That's going to get down right at the warning track. That's going to be extra bases for Park. That's going to be a stand-up double.
There you go.
Trying to help her own cause out with that one. That ball had a lot of power behind it. If the wind wasn't so aggressive, you got to say that thing definitely gets out. That'll bring up Dakota Abbott, officially 1 for 2 in this ball game, a double and a strikeout on the ledger. We're going to have a pinch runner. I think they said 54. That jacket's on. Pinch runner for the Benson Lady Bobcats. I'll let Amy Taylor shout her name out.
Number 8, Miley Stretch.
Thank you so much, Miley, on second base for the WILLCOX Cowgirls.
Or the Benson Bobcats.
Benson Bobcats, you know what I meant. This one's going to be slapped into right field, and it's going to get down for a hit. Benson Bobcats in business here. Runners at first and third now. Miley winds up at third base. And Nakoba at it now, 2 for 3, a single and a double. That's going to bring up Natalia Guzman, officially 1 for 2 as well. Gonzalez in a little bit of trouble. Cowgirl fans trying to get behind her. The pitch. This one low and inside. 1-0 the count. Good job. Good job, Kiki. Of course you did. You're a salesperson. The pitch. That one's going to be by 1-1 now the count.
And then I got 2 chips.
Hey, you're all right. You're all right.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the top of the 5th inning for the Benson Lady Bobcats. Natalia swings at that one and fouls it straight back. 1-2 the count.
Be disciplined right here. Stay within yourself.
Alyssa Gonzalez on the mound in a little bit of trouble. 1 away. Runners at the corners for the Benson Bobcats. The pitch home. This one's going to be just fouled. It's popped up right behind us. Natalia had no idea. She's like, I didn't get all of it. I got to run.
There you go.
We'll do the 1-2 again. That was a good pitch to hit. Natalia just missing it. Fouled it straight back. You foul them straight back, you're right on them. You just swung underneath them. This one's going to be shot into shortstop. It's going to be a tough play up and over. Guzman. They call her safe or out? I couldn't see.
Oh, they're out.
Yeah, she was out. Okay. So Guzman is going to sit down, but the run does come across for the Benson Bobcats. Runner at second, 2 away.
Let's go,
Now a
Sadie.
14-7 ball game. Sadie Webb hitless in this ball game. The best hitter for the Bobcats, looking to make her impression. Lined out to left field. That one should have been in the gap. This one's going to be a high fly ball. It's going to get foul, but doesn't get home run distance. That would have been close. 0-1 the count to Sadie. Oh, we have some more comments in the chat. Oh, wow, we got a lot of comments in the chats right now. Amanda Christensen said, let's go Lady Cats. Amanda Christensen, again, says, great, awesome hit, Claire Park. The pitch misses outside. 1-1 the count to Sadie Webb. Sadie trying to get the Bobcats back into this ball game with the swing of the bat. We also have Brittany Smith says, go Boo Boo, and Brittany Abbott says, go Akota. Akota Abbott. This one's going to be a high fly ball. Does this get the Cowgirls out of the inning? Abby Tingle under it, and it will. Unfortunate luck sometimes now for Sadie Webb. All over that one. But just could not barrel that one up. 14-7 now going into the bottom of the 5th inning. Here in WILLCOX, Arizona, home of the Cowgirls. In the bottom of the 5th, WILLCOX is going to be led off by Carly St. Clair's had herself a ball game, yet to be retired. 2 walks and a single. Then Layla Donahue, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Layla Donahue, of course, the player of the week last week in Cochise County, according to my co-broadcaster, Dave Davies. And then Alyssa Gonzalez, pitcher, also 1 for 2 in this ball game coming up. But, folks, we are able to broadcast live free of charge on Cool FM Live thanks to our amazing sponsors, one of them being the Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. They have physical therapy departments in Hereford, Bisbee, and Douglas that provide the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Thank you as well to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Grasshopper serves all of Cochise County for all your landscaping needs, including pool cleaning services. You can visit them on Facebook or Google, Grasshopper Landscaping. And thank you, finally, to Ginger's Titles of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Look for the iconic pink door. They're now open 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Everything the DMV does, just without the wait. And here we are now, WILLCOX in control of the game, looking to make it more. They're up 14-7 against the Benson Lady Bobcats. Carly St. Clair coming up to the plate. Not retired in this game as of yet for WILLCOX. Hey, man.
What they know about ISL?
I've been in the bathroom twice already.
When? What was that? This will be my second time.
This one's going to be shot to shortstop. Up and over. Can they make the dig? Oh, just the bobble at first from Taylor. Almost a great defensive effort for the Bobcats. But there we go again. St. Clair reaching on first. It'd be tough to give that one an air. We're going to go ahead and give that an infield single, and that's going to bring up Layla Donahue for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Doubled with 2 RBIs in her last plate appearance. 14-7. 3 runs, and I think that's ball game, actually. So tension now in this game that we didn't know existed. That one's going to be... he said strike. No. Ball 1-0. No, that is a strike. Umpire likes to slow roll me. 0-1 the count. Nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. That one's going to be strike 2 on the outside corner. So Donahue finds herself down 0-2 to Claire Park on the bump. Carly St. Clair on first base for WILLCOX. Hasn't gone yet. Hasn't looked like she wants to go. We'll have to see. The pitch. This one's going to be slapped back to second. That could be a double play, but the ball gets through the legs and nobody's going to be out. Now runners on first and second for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. And what we think is the game-winning run coming to the plate. Alyssa Gonzalez, pitcher for the Cowgirls. 1 for 2 in this ball game. It's tough to give airs on these balls that are hit so hard and they're so close to home plate, but you got to give them, you got to call them like you see them. This one's going to be a high fly ball in the left field. Does it drop? It doesn't. Shortstop over to make that catch. 1 away in the bottom half of the 5th. So Alyssa Gonzalez trying to be very aggressive. First pitch, swinging, but does fly out. That'll bring up Abby Tingle, catcher for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. Hitless, did reach via a walk, which was also an RBI. That one's going to be a little bit too tall, 1-0 the count. A big inning here for the Benson Bobcats. They can ill afford to fall behind anymore. The winning run is at the plate for the Cowgirls, and it's going to be that way as long as there's 2 runners on base. That one's going to catch. 1-1 the count. Clear Park doing a much better job in these last few innings. I know there's 5 runs in the third, but throwing strikes. Sometimes you just got to throw them over. See if 106 pitches for Park. That one's going to be slapped into right field. Runner's going to try to come home. And also a runner goes to third base. So runners at the corners again for the WILLCOX Cowgirls. 15-7 now. RBI single for Abby Tingle. Her first hit of the ball game. And Gonzalez is going to be pinch ran for. Ramirez coming in for the WILLCOX Cowgirls on the pinch run. Gabby Galaz, she's yet to be retired. 2 for 3. Did reach via an error in her last plate appearance in the last inning as well.
One time.
First pitch home to Gabby. She's going to pull the bunt back. The ball's going to get away. Runner's going to try to come in, and she will get there. So now 16-7. Runner goes to third. The game-winning run at 90 feet away for the WILLCOX Cowgirls, or so we think. One ball, no strikes. Galaz at the plate for the Cowgirls, 16-7. Park needs an out in a big way. Doesn't need an out. She needs a strikeout right now. This one's going to be shot into right center field. That could do it. It's going to get down. That's going to be a 17th run for the Cowgirls. And Galaz is going to wind up on second with an RBI double. And that's your ball game, folks. Gabby Galaz ends it with an RBI double. 3 for 4 in the game. Galaz had herself a ball game. Not the game we expected. 17-7. When I came out here and picked this one, I would not have told you the mercy rule was in play. But the WILLCOX Cowgirls, the number 4 team in the state, showing their prowess, ending this one early in WILLCOX, Arizona. 17-7. Fireworks all around. A lot of balls finding the gaps. And, of course, Karis Taylor home run in the first inning. But that's going to do it for me, folks. Thank you for joining me on Cool FM Live. I am Paul Corder, and we will be next in Tombstone, Arizona for baseball as the Tombstone Yellow Jackets host the state runner-up Phoenix Christian Cougars. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me.